Hi everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we'll dive into Jack and Tu Tien's very first healing family trip, where baby Anna sees the ocean for the very first time in Harlong Bay. If you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe for more. The morning after Anna's first birthday, the house is quietly messy. Balloons sag in the corner, dishes wait by the sink, and cake crumbs still dot the table. On the bed, Anna is sprawled between her parents, one small foot pressed into Jack's ribs. She wakes first, crawling onto his chest, smacking his cheek with her hand and laughing. Okay, I'm up, he chuckles. Good morning, Madam One-Year-Old. Across the bed, Tu Tien turns over, hair messy, eyes tired, but happy. Our star survived her first party, she murmurs. Jack kisses Anna's forehead and for a brief moment just looks at the two of them. After everything, they are still here. We made it through year one, he says softly. That deserves something special. Special like sleep? She jokes. Better, he smiles. Let's eat, then I'll show you. They sit at the small kitchen table for a simple breakfast of porridge, leftover fruit and hot tea. Anna sits in her high chair, banging a spoon and dropping banana on the floor like she's feeding invisible chickens. Beside Jack's bowl lies a folded piece of paper. He keeps glancing at it until Tu Tien notices. What are you hiding? She asks. You know how our last few years have been hospitals, police offices in this yard, he says, resting his fingers on the paper. I think it's time our family gets a different kind of memory. He pushes it toward her. Close your eyes for a second, he says. She sighs, but does it. Okay, open. She lowers her hand and sees two printed tickets. Destination, Harlong. Departure, in 3 days. She stares. Harlong Bay? Jack, what is this? A trip, he replies. 3 days, 2 nights. Hotel near the water, breakfast, a boat tour. Our first vacation as 3. This is far, she whispers. It's Anna's first time going anywhere that isn't the clinic or supermarket. I know, he nods. That's why I chose it. I don't want going far to mean sirens and white ceilings for her. I want her to know far can mean blue water, islands and sand. She bites her lip. What if something happens on the road, at the hotel, on the boat? I asked her doctor, he says gently. Short travel is okay if we're careful. Slow bus, clean hotel, life jackets, hats, naps. We follow her rhythm, not the schedule. If anything feels wrong, we come home. No arguing. He hesitates, then adds, I've been planning this quietly for months. I was waiting for her birthday. It felt like the right moment to turn the page. She looks at the tickets, at his face, then at Anna, chewing her spoon, completely calm. Slowly, she nods. Okay, she says, let's go see the sea. Jack exhales and lifts Anna up. You hear that, little one? We're going to big water, much bigger than your bath. Anna squeals as if she understands. The next few days are a blur of planning. Jack opens his notebook and writes at the top, Harlong trip, family niche. Underneath he lists clothes, diapers, wipes, snacks, hats, sunscreen, medicine, stroller, documents, charger, and camera. He double-checks the hotel booking, bus time, and weather. You know it's just 3 days, Tu Tien laughs as he counts diapers for the 3rd time. Traveling with a toddler is like going to war, he replies. If we overpack, we survive. If we underpack, she wins. They go into town to buy a few new things. Jack chooses a light cotton dress for Tu Tien, white with tiny blue flowers, loose and comfortable. For a year, she has lived in leggings and house clothes. Seeing herself in something soft and pretty feels strange and good. In the baby section, they pick a tiny swimsuit with cartoon fish, a floppy sun hat with a chin strap, and a simple dress with little shells at the hem. Anna grabs every tag and tries to eat it, which they take as approval. They add travel-size shampoo, extra wipes, and a few small snack packs. At the pharmacy, they pick up baby fever medicine and saline spray just in case. That is their new normal now, full of caution, but still moving forward. Back home, the bed disappears under piles of clothes, tiny shorts, shirts, pajamas, towels, diapers, plus 2 modest stacks for the adults. The suitcase lies open on the floor. Jack rolls clothes tight to save space, tucks diapers into gaps, and places documents, medicines, and Anna's favorite toy on top. "You sound like you're packing for a construction site," Tu Tien says as he talks to himself. "This is my new kind of project," he answers. At one point, Anna crawls up and sits in the half-packed suitcase, clapping her hands. They laugh. It really does look like she's ready to leave. The night before they depart, the house feels different. The suitcase is zipped and waiting by the door. The stroller stands folded beside it. On the table, tickets and hotel printouts sit in a clear folder with their ID cards. Phones, power bank, and an old camera are plugged in to charge. In the bedroom, Tu Tien lays out travel clothes for the morning, loose pants, soft shirts, easy shoes. She packs a small backpack with diapers, wipes, a spare outfit for Anna, snacks, a bottle, a thin blanket, and one soft toy. "Excited?" Jack asks from the doorway. "Half excited, half scared," she admits. "My mind keeps jumping between blue water and what if she screams the whole way?" "If she screams, we hold her," he says. "If she pukes, we clean it. If we're tired, we sleep later. Same work, different view." She smiles. "Since when are you the calm one?" "I'm not," he says quietly. "I'm just tired of letting fear choose all our destinations." They sleep lightly and wake before dawn. By early morning, they are at the small bus station. Engines rumble, vendors pour coffee, passengers shuffle with sleepy faces and noisy bags. Jack carries the suitcase in one hand and Anna in the other. She's in her new sun hat, a little crooked, clinging to his shirt and staring at everything. Tu Tien walks beside them with the backpack strapped across her chest. They find 3 seats together. Jack wipes the windowsill with a tissue, then fastens the seatbelt over himself and Anna so she can sit facing the glass. Tu Tien checks the bag one last time: diapers, milk, medicine, snacks, cloth, tiny jacket. The bus pulls away from town. Through the window, their yard flashes past. Then the mango tree, then the small roof of the house where their hardest and happiest year unfolded. Then it all shrinks and disappears. "Goodbye, little house," Jack murmurs. "We'll bring back sea stories." Fields roll by, green paddies, grazing cows, scattered houses. Later come long stretches of highway and low hills. Sometimes Anna presses her nose to the glass. Sometimes she naps on Jack's chest. Sometimes she fusses and they distract her with biscuits and silly faces. Hours later, the road curves around a hill. Suddenly, the view outside opens into blue. A wide sheet of water glitters under the sun, dotted with dark stone islands rising from the surface like sleeping giants. Small white boats move between them. Tu Tien leans toward the window, voice barely above a whisper. "Is that Harlong?" Jack follows her gaze and smiles. "Harlong Bay," he says softly. "We did it?" Anna stares at the distant water, small hand tapping the glass, as if even without words, she can sense that something new is waiting for their little family just beyond the station where this bus will finally stop. The bus slows as it rolls into the coastal city, and the air changes first, less dust, more salt on every breath. Through the window, Jack spots fishing boats, the curve of cruise ships and tourist signs flashing tours, seafood and souvenirs. "We're here," he murmurs. At the last stop, the driver calls out. People stand, stretch backs, drag bags from the overhead racks. Jack unbuckles Anna, lifts her onto his shoulder. She blinks at the sudden noise, then turns straight back to the glass, glued to the view. "Welcome to Harlong, Princess," he whispers. Outside, warm sea air wraps around them. It smells of salt, sunscreen, and grilled food from nearby stalls. Jack shoulders the backpack, grabs the suitcase handle, and steps to the curb to wave down a taxi. "Hotel by the bay, this address," he tells the driver, holding up his phone. They climb in. Anna settles on Tu Tien's lap, eyes everywhere at once, following shop fronts, palm trees, and the blur of scooters. Then the taxi turns a corner, and the bay suddenly opens up beside the road. Water stretches out in layers of blue and silver, dotted with tall, rocky islands that look like they have grown straight from the sea. Boats of every size float between them, white cruise ships, painted wooden tour boats, tiny bright kayaks. "Wow." Tu Tien breathes. Jack glances over. For a moment, she looks like the girl he first met before all the storms, eyes wide and full of simple, unguarded wonder. The hotel they booked isn't fancy, but it's bright and clean, with windows and a lobby. The receptionist's face softens as soon as she sees Anna. She folds a paper crane from the room card envelope and hands it to the baby like a treasure. "Family room, 3rd floor," she says. "Breakfast from 6:30, little playground out front." They ride the elevator up. When Jack unlocks the door and it swings open, Anna lets out a small gasp, not at the TV or curtains, but at the bed. It looks enormous to her. She kicks and wriggles until they set her down, then immediately crawls across the crisp white sheets like they're a brand new playground. "Please don't teach her to jump yet," Tu Tien says, half laughing, half worried. "We'll unlock the jumping level next year," Jack jokes. "Right now we're stuck on crawling mode." He walks to the window and pulls the curtains aside. "Come see this." From their room, the whole bay spreads out in full view. Boats draw faint white lines on the surface. Limestone islands sit calmly in the distance, like dark, sleeping animals wrapped in green. "Feels like a picture," Tu Tien whispers. "Yeah," Jack says, "except this time we're inside it." They wash their faces, change into lighter clothes, and settle Anna between two pillows for a nap. Jack lies beside her, listening to her steady breathing and the soft hum of the air conditioner, thinking how different this white, quiet room feels from the ones he used to know. No machines, no fear, just a place where rest is real. By late afternoon, they pack the stroller and head down toward the waterfront. The promenade runs along the bay, lined with benches, trees, and food stalls. The breeze is soft, carrying laughter, distant music, and the low rumble of boat engines. Anna sits upright in her stroller, hands gripping the bar, hat strapped firmly under her chin. Every few meters, her head swivels to something new, a vendor spinning sugarcane, kids chasing bubbles, teenagers taking selfies with the glittering bay behind them. "On your left," Jack narrates, "we have the famous people posing with 2 fingers in the air rock. On your right, an exclusive seagull show." Right on cue, A seagull swoops low over the railing. Anna flinches, then bursts into giggles. They buy 2 iced coffees and a coconut smoothie from a cart. Jack lets Anna hold the straw for a moment. She manages a sip of the sweet, cold drink, eyes widening at the strange taste. "Easy, easy," he chuckles. "Being on vacation doesn't mean you break all your rules." They walk until the sky turns orange and the light on the water starts to dim. Back at the hotel, they give Anna a splashy bath in the bathroom sink, then collapse early, all 3 stretched across the huge bed like a warm, tangled pile of happiness. The next morning, Jack wakes to the smell of food drifting up the hallway and the muffled sound of doors opening and closing. Downstairs, breakfast is a small buffet: eggs, bread, fruit, fried rice. He juggles his own plate and a bowl for Anna, tearing soft bread and banana into tiny pieces while she watches strangers pass by with curious eyes. "Boat leaves at 9, he reminds Tu Tien, tapping a folded tour flyer. "You sure it's not too much for her?" she asks. "Short route, Harlong Bay," he says. "If she cries, we sit inside and just look through the window." At the harbour, tour boats bob at the dock. Staff hand out bright orange life jackets. Jack slips one over Anna's shoulders and pulls the straps snug. She stiffens for 10 seconds, then notices everyone else wearing the same thing and relaxes, fascinated by the shiny buckles. They step onto the wooden deck and the engine rumbles to life. Slowly the harbour shrinks behind them and the bay opens again, this time from the water. Limestone islands rise around the boat, some tall and sharp, others round and soft, all covered in green. Tu Tien stands by the railing with Anna in her arms, wind tugging at their hair. "Feels unreal," she says. "Better than hospital corridors," Jack answers quietly. Anna slaps her hand on the rail, watching foam trail out behind the boat. A small wave rocks them. She jumps, then laughs, as if the sea has just told her a joke. After a year of storms and hospital trips, Jack finally takes Tu Tien and baby Anna on their first healing vacation to Harlong Bay. The family arrives by bus, breathes in salty air, and settles into a modest hotel with a giant bed Anna instantly claims. They stroll the waterfront promenade, sipping iced drinks while Anna rides in her stroller, fascinated by boats, gulls and bubbles. The next morning, they join a short boat tour, drifting between limestone islands, as Anna laughs at the waves and slaps the railing in excitement. Later, her tiny feet touch the ocean for the first time. She stomps in the shallows while her parents take turns holding her and chasing foam. That night, over simple seafood by the water, Jack realizes this peaceful trip has finally replaced many of their darkest memories together.